what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Retro Pioneers Podcast. I'm your host, RetroJayee, and today I have a special guest joining me on this special episode 49. Man, I'll say hey to Brandon.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
How
man,
y'all
Brandon,
doing?
look, man. I know you've been waiting for this, brother. And tell the people about yourself that they don't already know.
Well, what people don't know about me, I'm just a regular schmegular dad. I love gaming. I think we were talking off. I can actually tell some of the stories I wanted to say for the podcast. I'm a gamer, bro. Like, when I hear the term gamer, people are like, I play Madden, I play online chess. You know what I mean? I'll play Tetris, I'll play Pokemon. I'm just a gamer that loves gaming in his family, you know what I mean? And I'm here to show flowers to everybody here in the gamer world, the retro people, the gamer community people. I'm here to show love and to tell y'all what y'all mean to me. What you guys do means to someone like me, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm here to do.
Okay. Well, something we like to do on here, man, is do like top 5 video games and whatnot.
I'm ready for
So,
this. I'm
but
ready for
I'm gonna
this.
save that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna let you get a little bit more time in with that. But going
Okay.
forth, man, what was some of your childhood memories on your first time actually becoming a gamer? Like, when did you know you was a gamer?
Okay, I'm about to age myself, and I've been watching your episodes and listening to all your guests, and I actually wanted to give this to you. I've been gaming since about 86. So one of my favorite memories of gamings was 3.5-inch floppies. I used to play the Commodore 64, Blood and
Mhm.
Guts. I come from Gold Rush on the computer. You know what I mean? I was hooked, bro. I was hooked. I was hooked. I was into sports, but I had some thug friends, and sometimes you don't want to be thugging, so you just be in the house, right? My mom grounded me, so it was easy to be a gamer if your mom would ground you. You know what I'm saying? It was her
Yeah.
way of keeping me off the streets, but it worked, and I was all the way in, right? One of the things I was telling you earlier is, and this is for the group, being born in the 80s, I have a special point of view of gaming because when certain games came out, like I'll give you an example. When The Wizard came out with Fred Savage, and I don't know if I can be saying things with a copyright, and they showcased Mario 3, I went to see that boy at the theater. It was a release, and then we went to the store and opened the wrapper, like I told you, and played
Hmm.
the game and had to go to the store. They probably thought we were like looking at the little porno mags. We were looking at the video game mags, writing down the codes. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And going back, and I was hooked, bro. I was hooked. I was hooked.
Wow. Look, it's not a time like when you was a kid, bro, or a young adult where you was able to go look for yourself at grocery stores or whatever, when you used to have to go get them magazines and let it go to the back of the
You know what I'm talking about,
magazine
yo?
to look at the codes. Yo, I'm gonna give you a memory of one of
Go
mine,
ahead.
bro. So I remember to this day, my uncle, me and him was with my mom. And around this time, she worked at Publix, right?
Okay.
Grocery store. So me and him just went up there to go see her or whatnot. But I remember him letting me go run to the little magazine section. And it's around Mortal Kombat 4 on the PlayStation, had came out. So
With
I'm reading
Cabal, that
this.
one, right?
Yes. Well, no, not Cabal, but the one with Shinnok and Quan
Yes,
Chi.
yes, yes.
Yes, the
Yes, yes.
OG PlayStation
Yep,
1
yep.
game. I remember running to the magazine rack, picking up that special issue of I can't remember the PlayStation magazine, but they had they had Shinnok and Quan Chi on the cover. But in the back of the
Mhm.
book, you had your cheat codes and whatnot. But I remember trying to write down all these codes on a piece of paper because my uncle surprised me talking about we was going to buy that game. So we go back to his house. I'm playing him on Mortal Kombat 4. He don't know how I'm doing all these moves and stuff, but I got a piece of paper right here
Yeah.
on my lap. Yo, man, that
Yo,
was one of my favorite memories of
I
my
was a
deceased uncle.
bro, rest in peace to your uncle, bro. Because when you have a gamer friend like that, you reference a lot of times like video games is the best time machine as far as what
Yes.
we got, right? As far as to take us back from here to now. All my great memories come from people that I game with, whether like and I don't know, PlayStation don't get me. I heard you was talking about the PlayStation and the modding and try to what they did to PlayStation 2. We busted those PlayStation 1s wide open, dog. I had them, boy, like we had them things modded out. And that was what we did. And that bonded us. We were trading games like baseball cards. You know, we just ran through it. And we did all the fun things. Like even right now, like with the competitive gaming with marbles, like I'm having good memories watching people experience gaming the way I did. You know what I mean? Like, I actually get to see, like, that's why I mess with you. When I saw this, I'm like, God is so good on Father's Day. Like, you said it so many times that I'm getting goosebumps because I literally feel, I feel when I see a kid, like, I have two sons. They play Naruto. When they're in that room giggling, like, now, when I say their sons are 21 and 18, you can't tell by the laughter how old they are. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing, when they're laughing like this, I remember me and my boys when GoldenEye came out. You know what I mean? How we laughed, Perfect Dark, how that came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like Henshu, PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? You know, when
Hmm.
these games came out for different reasons, Resident Evil, when you had to learn, like, how come I couldn't kill the snake? Oh, because you didn't have the acid rounds in. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I have two of my friends that are my age right now, and we're like I said, the age we're older, almost half a century, but we still crack jokes about the day we figured that out. To this day, we still like we bonded over that. We be laughing like because my one boy came in, he was like, we can't beat the damn snake, and they were like, what's this? Those are acid rounds. You know what I mean? And like now I'm seeing these kids run through these games and they're online, and I'm looking at their faces like, you know, and I'm like, yo, and Reaper, bro, Reaper. I can't shout out like the man is doing the Lord's work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You, sir, are doing the Lord's work. Like even giving someone with a small platform like myself who loves games, I don't have a million views. I was walking around work like, man, I can't get out of here and talk about these video games, you know? And look at you smile, like look at you smiling at me smiling, bro. You can't even
Yeah.
like there's nothing you can do right in the way the world is right now. The way the world is right now, few things bring that level of joy. I'm for it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here for it. I love it. It's the greatest. That's my little rant on that.
Cause I feel like video games holds a certain like piece of your heart, bro, to the point where it's like, you know, no matter how old you get, no matter how young you are, once you're able to concept what is a video game, you're hooked from that point on.
Done. You're
You
done.
know, and I feel as an adult, you know, when you become adult and you got more responsibilities, of course, handle your responsibilities first before you even
Amen.
decide to even buy a game. Like I have a saying that I say to myself, right? And I've been doing this ever since I was a teenager. If I cannot afford a game more than 10 times, I don't buy that game.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? That goes for a console too. Like that PS5. Luckily, I was able to buy it before that skyrocket
Amen. Yeah,
the
yeah.
price
Because
went
now
up.
it's
It's a
out of
thousand dollars
pocket
for
right
a
now.
pro, bro. Yeah, I ain't paying no $1,000 for no game system, but hey,
No,
neither here or
no.
there. But it just going back. It just handle your business first and then play games later. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Especially if you work, you got a family, you got kids. You know you have to try to learn to make time, but at the same time, you gotta people gotta understand that sometimes gaming is a coping mechanism. It helps us to release stress, especially going to work a whole day, 9 to 5, 10-hour shift. You just want to come home, get on the sticks, man. No homo, and play,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, play the game, man.
Made that
So
pause, right?
pause. But I mean, you know, it's just a simple fact, man. You just want to have fun sometime, bro.
It's
And
and we're not
yeah,
it. Here's the thing. What you said is correctly right, and you can call it some people call it, I've heard it called everything, to be honest. Oh, you're low brow, you're low energy, you're this, you're that. And it's like, okay, let's rephrase this. I'm not drinking, I'm not driving, I ain't yelling, I ain't screaming, I ain't cheating. Right now, I'm focusing my energy in a very positive way right now. And instead of asking what you're playing, ask, why is this person, you know what I mean? Like, why? And then the answer might be, hey, I'm in a good mood. This game came out. Like, somebody might think I'm depressed when Grand Theft Auto comes out because I'm going to be on the game. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just whatever, whatever, like, it's healing for men. And I mean, for kids and women too. Like, right now in this gaming community, I'm playing Marvel Rivals, right? So it's six. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's 6-on-6 random queue players unless you're queuing up. And you're meeting all kinds of walks of life, good and bad, right? And what it is it's a new chance for 6 people to meet, get a winning objective, try to win, you know what I mean? And strategize. Boom. Do you know how many people I've met, like from crash out games? Like the experience with you thinking of the gaming while they're arguing, but the 2 people trying to play is like, yo, you was trying to win. Oh, I was trying to win. Okay, let's link up for the next one. Oh, you like Mob Deep? I like Mob Deep. Bet. You know what I'm saying? It just goes from there, right? And again, there's few things left that are even available to that. I think COVID had its good and bad, and without getting into it, all the bad is there. But what it did is, I think online video gaming took the roof off for you to do what I'm watching you do, what Reaper's doing. You guys are creating wealth and money. I think the other gentleman talked about it. He said, "I'm a hustler. It's like I want to be the new Dragon Ball Z." You're not trading your life hours. You're not making 900 burgers for, you know what I mean, $27. Like, it's exponential growth. There's verticals and there's, you know what I mean, there's layering, and it's your own wealth. Like, we kind of took the, to quote the Wizard of Oz, like the veil from the back. We just saw was a little dude. Now everybody can get to the bag. Like, you can, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you guys right now are like rainmakers. You can create the next platform. Like, the next person you interview could be fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy like that.
See,
And I just,
yeah,
with that,
yeah. No, finish, man. My.
yeah. And I'm for someone that is at my age, like you said, with responsibilities and things, I wish I could pour more time into it like some of these youth have, because I don't think they understand what this vehicle is for, as far as like mental health, financial freedom, just new entrance into social community living. Like, there's so many different ways to look at what you got right here. And I mean, and if it has to be talked about over a little Nintendo, or not Nintendo, Game Boy, with, how hard that damn Ninja Turtles game was,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, that's a conversation piece that you can have forever over those things. It's just it's a great place. I don't know, you know?
See, going off of what you just mentioned, right? About how, cause like me, for example, right? I'm gonna use myself. So when it comes down to pursuing or maintaining a platform as the podcast, right? Myself, married, work, father of one boy, one
Mhm.
3-year-old boy, by the way.
Amen.
And it's just to the point where do the time fits in, right? How do you manage hosting a platform like this, still being a great husband, still being a great dad, and still being a great employee until I can become my own employer? So
Was
it's
that a
like,
was that a good was that a question? Because I think you had it on your other podcast. Reaper said, "Speak it into success like it's
it,
real." So
yeah,
if
yeah.
and that's why I said that, because, like, one of the things they don't know about me is, even though I work where I work for 22 years and it's lucrative, my whole family knows, like, every shirt that I've wore for the last 10 years came from a shirt. I made a little t-shirt company. I was
Hmm.
buying $35 shirts. I was just like, no bet. Then you go locally. Hey, you need a shirt, you make some money. Hey guys, you want to get a pool? That's 18 t-shirts. Oh, y'all want to
Hmm.
get a new dog? That's 13 t-shirts. You know what I mean? So I think what you put, like, what you appreciate appreciates, right? So if to meet a new friend, if we were at a coffee shop, I'd say, well, damn, RetroJayee, Well, that depends on what your employer is going to give you back.
Yeah.
Your
See.
community and your effort is exponential growth here where you're
Yeah.
capped at your employer. So that's my theory
Yeah. See,
moving in the future.
where I was going with that is just the success that I'm building with only using less time. Wish I can give more time, but I can't only because I have a
Mhm.
family that I gotta
True that.
spend time with. I don't want to never come to the point. And I do know to in the world eyes, you do have to sacrifice time with loved ones to become
Mhm.
successful. But in my eyes, I don't see that. I see success happening no matter how much time you putting in because if you're giving good quality, it doesn't matter the quantity.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
even though I'm only spending one day recording with people and another day editing, pushing it out there or whatever the case may be, I'm only spending 2 days from my family, but they get 5 days of me. They
And it's
even
pure
get
quality both
yeah,
ways. So you're good.
yes. So I
Yeah.
thank the Father, bro, for even giving me that drive to wanna be able to one day say, which is going to happen. One day say, man, I quit my 9 to 5 to be full time with this and still be able to spend time with my family. And it's gonna happen soon. And it's just the thing is I'm letting everything work out the way he see fit. Cause I can't do nothing without him.
No, if
You know what I'm
God's
saying?
plan is God's plan, he'll laugh right at you.
Yes.
We all know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If
Most
you're at
definitely.
our age, we know better to tell God our plans at this point because
Exactly.
he be playing games too. He
Yeah.
created the ultimate. He's the ultimate gamer. You know, like,
Yes.
don't
Yes.
let him get his high score on you.
Elite level gamer. So with that, right? How do you, Brandon, how do you find time to game, be a father, work, be a husband?
Well, I balance it. So, like, I'll tell you straight up. As a senior person at my job, I picked what some of my coworkers would think would be the less favorable shift to get on it, so I have an extra day. It aligns having my a day off with my wife. It aligns me being able to be there in the mornings where I'm normally not, make breakfast for my daughter, right? And then like you said, I'm blessed to have a family that understands my drive. Like when I'm there for them, they know I'm there for them. If I'm not, I'm there for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not there with them, I'm there for them. Whether it be like I got other hustles, whether I'm teaching on the side, whether I'm at work. And with this streaming thing, I'm even showing them, okay, we're at here. Dad has to work this many hours. They're giving dad X amount of dollars for this many hours. Let's have a meeting. Can anybody come up with a plan to exchange that number? If X is greater than Y, then let's go that way. So then now it's like, okay, I got X amount of people in my house. You game this, you run this, you make this. So it doesn't just need to be me, the streamer. Now I might be the game streamer, but then it's like, okay, I can flip it to dad. That's why when you ask me what name to pick, I picked Brandon or dad. That was a specific because Brandon likes the game, but dad's like, okay, let's teach the kids how to build some cement. That's content. You know what I mean? And then, okay, wife wants to go for a marathon. Kids are going to go. That's content. We're making snacks for the run. That's like, and it becomes what you want it to be that way. And that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
And it goes right back to the retro. Like I'll give you the anime. My sons are Naruto junkies, like heavy. And like, how do you bond with boys? I'm gonna watch all these Narutos. Okay, dad, sure you are. He don't know there's 900 episodes. I'm like, they don't know I watch all Dragon Ball Z, right? So then it's like, I'm saying they're like he don't know about the fillers. I'm like, I don't did the fillers. Like, you know what I mean? And
What?
now that I'm in a position to be the adult and kind of nurture those situations, we have a great relationship. We play Naruto on the side. I'm teaching the kids different things, it's great. Like I worked at Blockbuster when I was in high school, in 96. I wasn't even old enough to work there. I just bugged them to give me a job. You know, well, I used to do those tournaments. I would think 1 year other person. I played in it. I almost won that boy, but didn't make it. It's a generational thing, and we couldn't make money off of it like they can now. So even if you don't have the time to do it, you're doing it, and your kid might have all of the time. And he just needs to see dad, like, you know, how many stories we watched when we were a kid on the same nostalgic movies. What do they say in the movies? Dad went to the factory, I worked at the factory. Well, that was their story. Your story is
Mhm.
now is like, you know what I mean? My daughter's like, dang, dad, I wanna take over the business when you get over. She don't know it's a heat press and some stickers, but like in her mind, dad's down here taking over
That's
the world.
cool.
And I want
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
You know? Like, that's what the video games are for, right? That's to keep our brain in Magic Land, right? Because you gotta create and you gotta like, where did you get with this podcast from? Because you have a childlike mind. You're like, I can just speak into other people, or, you know, that's we can't let that die.
Nah,
That's why I'm
nah.
here. Like, this is like, bro, you're filling me up today, and I'm talking.
No, cause something that brought joy to me today when I was at work, right? I had got a phone call from my mom, and we were just chopping it up, and she gave me something that made me smile from ear to ear, man. She told me that my nephews 9 and 8 be at home watching my podcast.
Come on.
And that right there, man, it just resonated with me to the point where I'm like, yo, I got to keep going. And it's not even just for myself, it's just because they're able to see their uncle. And like I mentioned on the episode before that, that it's something special when your child can see you on TV, no matter
Yeah, I
how
remember you
you're
said
on
that.
it, but you're on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
So
yes.
the the fact that he can just turn on the TV, yes, at 3 he can turn on the damn television and
Mhm.
go straight to YouTube and see his daddy pop up on that
It's
YouTube feed.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. And then you can tell him, like, hey, guess what? Dad will still run you in these ones in any video game your little thumbs could work. Don't ever think that he
Still get the hands now. Go on. Yo, but going with that though, man. Let's start with this now. What is your top 5 video games of all time?
Tenchu PlayStation.
Mm,
That ninja game was it for me. That was a thing.
Stealth
I'm
Assassin?
gonna Yeah, boy. That game was tough and people slept on that all the way. They
Yes.
always slept on that. Wrath of Black Manta for Nintendo.
Hmm.
Difficulty rating. I think it was it Siphon Filtered PlayStation where you had to switch the controller and to the second port, you couldn't beat it? You remember that? Bro. No, was it Siphon Filter? It was can't think of that
PlayStation,
game.
right?
Yup. You
Mhm.
couldn't beat the game until you put it in the other port. Like, I like games like that a lot. That on a like, if I'm gonna go another one, Battletoads, when it came out, it was tough.
Which one? The one on Super Nintendo?
They did that. No, the first one I think came out on Nintendo and Genesis. Them are rugged games. And I got games on my list that I can't beat. And I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be a take. Echo the Dolphin was ahead of its time, bro. I'm just gonna put it out there like that.
Woo!
No one ever talked about this game, bro. And this is what I mean. Like,
One of the hardest games ever, by the way.
so one of the best things about working at Blockbusters in the 90s, I think when you're someone was talking about all those demo games. I apologize to everybody that didn't get a demo game. Me and my boys were crushing them all. We put up the first million in Tony Hawk, Matt Hoffman's BMX. I don't even think that got a full run. I mean, all the obvious is Call of Duty on PlayStation, but like Perfect Dark. I'm gonna put it out there. Perfect Dark. It was Bond on steroids, and I probably more than 5, but it's it's not traditional. I had played too many games. Like we fought to get TurboGrafx 16. Remember that? Release at Radio Shack, special release. We did all that. So I don't know. I'm at a point in the gaming right now where I think I didn't even know it was a thing until one of your guests said it. I like those games because they were complete games. Echo the
Hmm.
Dolphin was a complete game. Even the hardest, like Mario Brothers, Fester's Quest, any of those games like that were complete. No downloading, no updated. Like, I love Madden for what it is, but like, man, I don't play it till the end of the season because then it's a complete game. They patch it all year. That's the only thing about gaming that I think that people are going to spend money on their games. You don't have to cheat them. If you like, everybody's buying Grand Theft Auto. Take 6 per month to make it complete. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, we'll wait and pay. I think they've gotten too much where they're making the money and they don't know that they have the last purest thing left. Like, there's no more Santa Claus. We all know there's not. I mean, cut that. I mean, there's very few fantasies left for adults, and video games are one. If they keep it
Yeah.
pure, people like yourself are going to be able to bring gaming to the forefront. Because what's retro gaming to these kids is like grandma's pie recipe back in the day. We don't have a way to keep these things alive and keep old and youth connected, like, you know, that
Yeah.
bonding, because otherwise we're just old, that old dude, that young dude, like, you know what I mean? We need some binding. You feel what I'm trying to say? I might not be saying
Yeah.
it right, but like,
No. You need that instead of building a time machine, you want to build a capsule. And this
yeah,
is
like,
right. This is that capsule.
yeah, well, if you had like, you open a capsule and like 4 generations open it, everybody would get the same feeling. It
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be lost. Like, you know, like, everybody knows Mario 2 sucked. You know what I mean? Nobody says it's dope, but Mario 3 was the wit. Like, what do you do when Final Fantasy comes out? I felt bad for every mom that just bought the Nintendo and Sega like they were hit, because I think one of your guests said Nintendo was everything to every mom. No, mom, this is Game Boy, this is Game Gear, this is, yeah, I need the threes. I just gave you a game. No, man, mom, they need 3 ninjas. Surf Ninjas is on Game Gear. I need that. No, I, you know, and it's really, really good. And I don't know, it just gives me good feels. I've thought about 1,000 times what I was gonna say on here, and I'm just kind of like childlike, nervous talky.
No. Well, let me ask you this for your opinion, right?
Yes,
Where do
sir.
you see so as you stated that you was around when gaming was at its prime, right? So now that Sega is no longer a console company, what do you see coming from Sega company now, far as remaking these awesome games that they had back in the old days to kind of like fit in with the modern gamer?
You know what's funny? I actually thought about something like this, because Nintendo has such a stranglehold on the market, and they always will. The brand is just unbeatable. And Sega's always been in its shadow. Let's just be honest. Like, didn't even matter if the games are better, it's just in its shadow. Sega has a unique opportunity to completely rebrand. It could literally, like, if you look at a game like, I use Marvel Rivals, why I say that, like, they grabbed Marvel Rivals license. Like, Sega should grab DC Universe and run with it. You know what I mean? Like, and have a legitimate Coke Pepsi again, or legitimate McDonald's Burger King. Never mind Wendy's, In-N-Out Burger, Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, Burger King. If Sega grabbed the license for DC and put out a first person shooter type, or like a Capcom versus Marvel, you know, and just built it off licensable brand, it wouldn't matter if some of the games are flawed, because people would buy into, I'm just picked Aquaman against the Flash. You know, Darkseid just showed up. Like, they got to get smart with it, right? And it's easy to go back cartoony and go and aim at the little kids, but little kids don't buy games. We buy games. We're the big kids. I said to this one kid the other day, I was playing online. I was like, boy, don't you know I'm old enough? I bought every video game in this damn house damn near. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's good to feel like we can push the narrative, because if Sega put out a good product, you might buy it.
Mhm.
Where your kid ain't gonna know that like Alter Beast, these kids are playing emulators. They don't have the connection to it. The emulators broke that binding, right?
Yeah.
So if Sega came out with a touchable hand, very new controller, they could probably have high graphics like a PC.
So that would work, but then you got to think about it. Like, prime example, let's just put Xbox in the mix, right?
Okay.
The company Xbox. So, well, yeah, Microsoft Xbox. Let's just say that. So they're eventually steering towards consoleless entertainment.
Mhm.
So they're planning on making the last Xbox that they're making, and from after that going forward, they're going to be making streaming boxes where you can play Game Pass directly from this box. And if you want to play a console version of the game, pick it up on PlayStation or Steam. You know, because when the Steam machine come out, that's going to be a Steam console. So I feel Sega at this point, and I agree with you on certain things, right? For one, Sega, it would be dope for them to buy DC, but they would never buy DC only
That's
because
too
it's,
smart of a move.
yes, too smart and too costly of a move
Yeah.
too. They already trying to rebrand. They ain't about to go bankrupt again, you know, to try to acquire such a massive,
But
piece of
NetEase is making
art.
$1 million on costume skins. They're giving a free game away and making it
Yeah.
on costume skins, and they're
Oh,
just
they'll
patching
definitely
it
make money.
every week.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like, how to make their money back. That was what that was, yeah.
See, something I said to someone a long time ago, right? When it come down to games that don't really need don't really need, where I'm trying to go with this, like Madden, like 2K, NBA 2K,
Yeah.
you know,
Once you got
you
it,
don't,
you're good.
yes, you don't have to keep bringing 2K27, 2K28. Just make 2K, NBA 2K, just like that, and just update it to the point where, okay, you have to pay for the updates. You want the new version of this game? Pay for the update. Pay for the skins. Pay. That's how you make your money. Don't make your money expecting someone to buy a whole $70 game just for the same results that, like, y'all not even fully completing your
No,
game. You're just throwing what you think is nice and just feeding it to your fans, which I know a lot of diehard sports fans, right? And they straight up said they hated
I hate it.
2K26.
I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. Like I said, I buy it at the end of the season when it's half price or it's in like the PlayStation Pass for free. I'll play it. To buy a Madden game for $90, like, and again, no
It's
disrespect, I'm way past
insane.
that. Yeah, I'm way
Insane.
past that. Way past that. But again, it's like, and part of it's because I'm not even holding the game. Now, again, back in the day, I had the game in my hand. If I went to the wood pawn shop and traded 3 games for another game I wanted, then in my mind, I can trick myself into enjoying it. The digital way is like, if the storm is down, the internet's down, it's a lot. Then you like, I paid you to have the game. Now I can't play the game. I'm from that. Like, maybe, like I said, my kids probably like, yeah, just do that. Me, I gotta touch
Physical.
it.
Yes.
Got to
For
be in
real.
my hands. So,
For
it's a different way to look at it, because on one hand, storage, like, if you kept every game you had and stacked it up, you're talking like too much space. But then again, you don't really want to be paying somebody for something that they can just keep from you either. Like, who's to say that, like, okay, well, we have a copyright issue and someone said something in that, and now we're just gonna cancel it. You don't get it. Like, what? You can't. How are
and
you gonna prevent me? You know?
bro, in the famous words of the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers, own nothing and be happy.
Hey, I be muting him when he
That's
be saying that.
look, for real, bro. That's where I'm seeing everything heading towards.
Well,
They
that's why
know,
we need the time machine like you to keep it
yes,
young and fresh and remind people, like,
yes.
who was it? I think the guy that you were watching, he was doing the competitive gaming. He had a step.
You talking about back in the day, retro?
Bro, his setup looked fly as heck. So it's like, if you got the dedicated space, like, that goes away. And we don't need everyone to have it. It's like a museum or a library. I don't really need to see a dinosaur. I just need to know that at 7, 8
They still
locations,
exist.
don't try to fool me and try to make it seem like this is all it was. Like, I need to, like, at least keep my memory of the good days. Like, you can't just, this isn't a video game. You can't just face wash me and da da da's. So it's I see it both ways, and that's the beauty of the game, right? Like, it can expand that way, right?
Yes, and I definitely want to give shout outs right quick,
Yes, sir.
because none of this right here would even be possible if it wasn't for these dudes who I looked up to at an
Oh,
early
say their name.
age. Mr. Metal Jesus Rock, for one.
Oh my God.
I grew up, man. Look, if you don't know about him, please go on YouTube and check out his
You
content.
said metal.
I've been
Hold up,
watching
metal Jesus rock. It was my pen
Metal
at
Jesus Rocks. I've been watching
metal Jesus
dude.
rock.
Yeah, I've been
You
watching
know what?
dude for
Someone
a
else said
long
this to me
time, bro.
before, and I didn't take a seat. Metal Jesus rocks. Let me write that. Go ahead.
Yeah. And another dude is well, he used to be called Radical Reggie, but now he goes by the Radical One. And these it's I know it's more people that I looked up to far as keeping retro gaming alive. But I definitely want to shout out them too, because without them, doing some of their videos, sometimes they have their pickups, right? Okay, look, we went to a flea market, we went to a garage sale, we went to a thrift store, and we bought these games. So we're coming together to show you what we got for this week. If it wasn't for those, bro, I would really like. I love retro. Don't get me wrong, retro gaming, but that right there kept me grounded. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because I'm keyed in, and I'm like, I can't wait for another episode. And that day when I actually was able to interview Radical Reggie, man, that was
Oh my
like
God.
my celebrity
Yeah.
crash out, man. I'm like, wow, bro, this is possible.
Yeah,
This
bro.
is
I'm
insane. This can
smiling like
happen.
right now for you. I feel that. I feel that.
Yep.
That's how I felt. Okay, so I'll tell you this just to keep it a buck. So Reaper's one of the guys when I was watching this thing. I don't really play Call of Duty like that, but I like the gaming aspect. So boom, I hit him with the sub, and he's true to his word, like he said. Thanks Reaper for whatever. Hey, Mr. Dad, he personally DM'd me like, yo, thanks for the support. And to me, it's been love. The same way I'm gonna do to you, the way you did to me, boom. So then when I see him on the podcast with you, I put like, yo, man, there's a real one here. I don't know if you know him like that. This is cool, dude. And then in my mind, I'm like, man, I'd like to speak about gaming and what it makes me feel like. But when you feel like you know someone, you don't want to just, he said, you don't want to just jump out there, hey, buddy, look at me. Organic, right? So in my head, like, you don't need like, it's gonna sound corny as hell, you manifesting. In my head, I'm like, man, it'd be cool as hell if I could just interview these guys and tell them what it like, didn't think anything of it. Bro, and I know I hit you with the whatever, man. That was a cool, wasn't even thinking nothing of it. I was just showing genuine love. You know that. It was generic, like, yo, this is love. I appreciate what you're doing. It's pure flowers. I looked at my phone today. I was just like, what? I put that boy down. I was just like, boy, you listen, and because my number one gamer homie passed away on me this year. He was the
Wow.
healer in my gaming, and he was somebody that I game with through my whole life, like from child to whatever. When online gaming went, he was across the country. We still got to kick it. And he passed away one day. He's like, yo, I got to get off the game real quick. I'm going to be back on. And never, ever came back, bro. When I came home after
Wow.
hearing that he passed, his icon was still logged on the thing. So, like, when I see people showing love to the game community, I'm here to tell people like, yo, embrace that, give to the gaming community, it'll give back, share your contact. Don't be afraid to if you're watching a content creator, jump on, let him know, hey man, I appreciate like I was having a messed up day. You made me laugh today. Because you guys need to know that. That's how you make us feel, right? Because that's what it's for. Then you're like, bet, I seen this guy, he's a little bit older than me. I made his whole day. Most kids are calling me unc, but you're over here inspiring me to be like, I'm just gonna do more posts. These guys are doing it. I ain't scared. Forget it. Now I'm over here
Hmm.
talking. These guys gonna see me and they're like, I know some old young cats, some young cats be like, oh, I don't care. I'm out here. I'll put myself all the way out to feel it. And so it's a blessing, and I appreciate all of the seconds and the moments that you provided for me because they're irreplaceable and special as hell too.
Yep. Most definitely, man. Because one thing, and I mentioned this before, that the platform is not just trying to target high value individuals, far as million followers. This one day, yes, but not to the point where that's what we want. That's not the vision that I had for this
Yeah.
podcast. The vision I had for this podcast is letting the little guys shine. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point I could hit someone up for an interview and they'd be like, "I don't know you. I don't, who are you? Nah, you gotta pay me, bro." Like, but now it's like, okay, well, I don't like you're the 49th guest that I
No,
had on
that's
this show, bro.
crazy. That's
So,
crazy.
but now don't get me wrong. Now I done had many people on the show. It just sometimes it was a problem with the video or what. So sometimes you can't really have if you're gonna produce content, it has to at least be decent, or
100%.
Instagram gonna flag it as less quality, and they won't even let you even
Yep.
upload it. You
I'm
know what I'm
learning
saying?
this.
So
I'm learning
it's
this. I'm learning.
everything is a transition. Everything is a lesson. So it's to the point, like I mentioned, no matter how big or how small your platform is, bro, you deserve to have a opinion to be able to voice how you feel about what's going on, either gaming, anime, movies, music,
Bro,
doesn't matter. Or if you're a content creator and you want a chance to be like just to vent or do what the hell you want to do, this is where you need to do it.
bro. It's crazy because like I don't really dig on fear, but as I say this, I don't even mind saying it. Like the pressure of putting yourself out there, bro. Now, when I tell you, I already got a Facebook website for I'm Just Serious, my podcast. I got my Gamer Dad website for my clippings, and I haven't really pieced it together because there's this part of me that's like, what do they call that? Oh, where you like you don't feel like you're worthy. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm talking and I'm
Self-doubting
driving.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Because people be like, "Oh, you should do this and this," and I'll be like, just chatting. And then when it's time to do it, I'm like, they don't want to hear me. They ain't, you know what I mean? But like, you got to get over that, though. You know, it's
Look,
hard for sure.
I don't want to keep making it about me.
Do it.
But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. That was one of my biggest fears getting into this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I would never the type of cat to be to the point where I was a photogenic person. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a good side, but I always had this confidence about yourself, but far as being seen around like millions of people is a whole different beast, bro. And it's to the point where it's like doesn't matter like how I look this day. Doesn't matter how I look this day. It's every time I get to the point where I'm doing the interview,
yeah.
I always have to have a pep talk with myself. And for real, bro, you
I
gotta
changed
have
my
a
skirt 3 times. I'm laughing at myself. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. You
I
got
changed
you
this boy three
you
times.
bro, you have to motivate yourself to not let fear stop you from success.
Yo,
The
it's
number
taken
one
away.
thing, bro, the number one thing that to stop you from success is fear.
Well, maybe if I do my just I'm Just Serious, you'll be my first interview.
Yeah,
Because
most
now we get
definitely.
to break it down. Bro, this is man, I probably said it enough. It sounds almost corny. My kids, they're laughing at me. He's like apologetic. I'm like because I'm Canadian, right? You said you reach people from Canada. I am literally your second Canadian. Then put it that way, because I'm from Canada, and I apologize a lot because I don't want people to feel away. But like, man, like, bro, like you have given me something today. Like, and you couldn't even know. Like, you could have clicked that on anybody and they would have been grateful, but not like this. You know what I mean? I'm out there right now. I put myself out there in the gaming community like trial under fire. I put myself in collegiate esport tournament against varsity kids. My first tournament, I placed seconds. They were calling me OG. You know, my second tournament, because they're celestials and grandmasters. They're like, "Oh, use just a gold player." I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm a gold player. You better get it right." You know what I mean? And then he trying to insult me and dog me, and it's funny because I'm like, I was not someone that got picked on in high school. So like in my head, I'm going through the motions like, bro, I
Is
want to
this
clap.
how this is how it feel be picked on in high school? Like
Yeah.
what are these emotions?
Yo, and I say all that to say because we got a running tournament. So like the Marvel Rivals Championship, it's a thing. You probably see it online if you check it. A lot of these players that are in it were in these tournaments. It's called the Celestial Cup. Now, see, Zaka, I told you I would say it. In the Celestial Cup, I got invited, and there was some issues with my gaming. I hit the block, got my skills up, bro. I'm a co-captain right now. But from my peers of these little young mean little SOBs, bro, that hurt your feelings. But I had to put myself out there, and I got the content. Now I'm just gonna be like, bet I have permission from my peers, and that being you. God said, you know how I'd be like, let me get a sign. God said, boy, get your butt on there.
Yep.
Go ahead and
This
tell these
this
people.
is your confirmation
I
to
swear it is,
get on your grind. Let's
bro.
do it. Anything, and I'm definitely gonna give you time to tell everybody about your podcast, because I want everybody that's watching go follow this man podcast, and hit him up on the DMs and let them know that you want to be a guest and whatnot, and build them
Yeah.
up. Let's build them up.
My podcast is I'm just serious. I came up with a thing like because I'm one of those people I just say thought to mouth. And I'll be saying serious stuff and people will be laughing and I'm like, I wasn't joking. Like, I'm just serious. So I kind of came up with that and it's just a way to keep it super light. And if you think of my inspiration for my podcast is Jamie Foxx, the newscaster, and it's
Mm,
all good. You know what I mean? Like just saying whatever's on my mind, and and to see what you're doing. Like I'm not to say the copy because nothing's original under the sun, but it was just to give platform and birth to people to say, look. I'm over here making a fool of myself. I'll make a fool of myself with you. What do you got going on? What do you like? You like to cook, like music. You want to talk about music? What you want to do? Like, let's talk about getting money. We could like talk about being married. I've been married for 10 years to my high school sweetheart with a
mm.
shared locker with this girl. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
people aren't
that's
married
wonderful.
right now. They don't know how to be married. They don't know how to be a dad. Let's talk about these things. Like, how do you engage with your kids? That's the platform is like, I'm just serious. Like, it's okay to say, I can't stand my wife today, but I'm gonna go make her some dinner and be for real with that. That's what I'm just serious means. Like, just come over here and be yourself and tell people about yourself. Like, what do you, the corny, quirky thing that you do that you think no one likes, there's a bunch of people that are waiting for someone to say it's okay to be like that. What you just did to
Hmm.
me, And I had a lot of people die on me in my family real young. And I always learned that you don't wait till the last minute to tell somebody some important something ever.
Yep. Yep. You tell them right then and there, bro.
My mom died on a Friday afternoon on break. We saw her in the morning and she didn't come home from work that day. And no one likes working on a Friday. So it is, and I say all that to say, you think you got time and you don't. We're playing with time that ain't yours. So when I'm in myself self doubt, I'll call it that today. I got skits in my head. I got pretend schedules of posts in my head, and I'm just they're living in my head. God's gonna call and say, "Hey, you want to jump on this podcast?" It might be me that day. It might be my man RetroJayee, but answer the phone. And don't be scared. Get out there. That's what I want to say. Y'all can catch me on GamerDad1980 on Instagram. I got a Twitch. It's GamerDad80. Y'all can hit me on the DM. I do safety stuff. If y'all just want to talk, if y'all low and you just needed someone to say, "Hey, your value, you're worth it," I'ma always look the next human in the face to say, God ain't done with you yet.
Mm.
You might just need to hear it. He ain't done with you yet.
Yes.
I didn't come
And
this far to come this far. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Oh man. Look, cause you would be surprised that most folks get discouraged real quick because a lot of people are not by them like by their side, right?
Mm,
A lot, like especially younger content creators or younger people with aspiration dreams of
yeah.
one day want to be the best at something that they can be the best of, but it just always starting off, you're gonna reach your rocky point.
Mhm.
For the year when I first started this podcast, bro, that first year was rough.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wasn't
it's
getting
by
no
yourself.
views.
Mhm.
I wasn't like it was hard for me to get guests.
Refresh.
Yes, yeah, like dang, no one ain't watched this today, man. But now just to go back and like I ain't saying I'm big or nothing, like
Oh,
no,
bro.
not yet. But you know, where I was 2 years ago, definitely a big milestone reach, bro. So
Oh, bro. God
it's
bless.
definitely
God bless.
possible. It's definitely
Mhm.
possible.
I got an interview question for the interviewer, right? So a lot of the things you see is game reviews and music reviews, right? And they're kind of like separate. Now, my thing is, what is your go-to gaming music?
Whew.
Because it's a thing, right?
I might get slapped for this. One of my all-time favorite soundtracks for video games is Final Fantasy X.
Wow, bro.
Yes.
Damn.
Like I got a lot of them now, but for some reason, that soundtrack hits hard.
Mhm.
And it's like if you
Wow.
played the game, you know, right?
Yeah.
It's a game about looking
but
for your
Final
lover.
Fantasy, they never slacked on their music in Final Fantasy. Ever.
No, never.
They had
Never.
orchestras. That was again ahead of its time. People don't know. They went extra heavy on their music.
Yes.
Super extra heavy. That's an Echo the Dolphin type deep. That's a deep one. I didn't
Yes,
see that
bro.
one coming at all.
Look,
Not a bit.
that's my all-time favorite. And I'm gonna give you two more.
Go ahead.
Parasite Eve
That's your game, man.
soundtrack.
That's your
Yes.
game. That's your game. That's your
That's
game.
all the way my game, brother.
That's what I know. I've heard you reference that game so
Look,
many times.
bro, I don't care how much I gotta say it. These folks gotta make a remake of this game. I know it's dealing with
No,
licenses and stuff like
they
that,
got
but
100 Resident Evils. They can come with one of them.
yes, it don't even have to be Parasite Eve name because I know that's a book that's owned by a Japanese author and they don't want video games to be
Man, I
made no
fucking
more off of. But you can still do a workaround. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, there's I can't remember the name, but there's a game that's like that's coming out that have similar traits to Parasite Eve, but
dude, you're
it's
making
not
me
out
think
yet.
I missed out on that game because I really liked that game. But when you talk about it, I'm like, let me go ahead another look because it
Yeah,
wasn't that around the Silent Hill release
yeah,
ish. That period, yeah, I know that. I'm telling you, I know, because that was in between Dino Crisis and Silent Hill Double Disc
yeah.
type shit. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm on it. So I'm like, damn, I feel like I missed something though, because
See,
you actually made me like want to go back and play that game.
I think Parasite Eve had 3 discs. It really was 2 discs, but they had a third disc, which a lot of people don't
You only
understand
had to
how
put it in just
fun it was to have that third. Like some games came with third discs, but they were demo discs, like
yeah,
a demo disc of demo games. So you was able to play Final Fantasy VII before he even came out,
yeah,
but not
100%.
even the full game, but like the first, like the train chapter. So it's like those type of feeling, bro, that you got when you bought that double disc PlayStation 1 game. And you like, man, what is this third disc? You pop it in, it's demos for a whole bunch of other games. I think it was Final Fantasy VII. It
Yep,
was Bomberman Party that
yep,
was on there,
yep,
and it was
yep, yep.
Brave Fierce Musashi.
You know how I
It was
know
3
that?
games
Because
on
that
there.
Blockbuster, I told you, we was taking them joints out. I was like, because I was unboxing these boys. This is what I'm saying. Yo, at Blockbuster, here's the thing that we don't know. If you don't know anything about Blockbuster, as a Blockbuster employee, you got 10 movie rentals a week. I worked there for 4 years.
You had a lot of rentals.
My homie's best friend, like my best friend growing up, his uncle had one of them big old side like this. You remember that? The big joints that took up the whole yard?
Mm.
He used to record three movies per VHS and had walls of movies, bro. Walls. That's what got me in hooked. 976 Evil Dead, Hills Have Eyes, what's it? Uncle Buck. Like your movie, what was it? The Christmas, was it the Christmas Story? Was
Christmas
that
Story,
you? Were
yeah.
you the Christmas Story? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
The
Like,
Sandlot.
Yeah. I named my dog after the dog Stand By Me. His name was Chopper. My daughter's like, "Why did you name the dog Chopper?" I'm like, "I'm gonna show you."
Let her watch that classic. She found out. Oh yeah, I see why you named him Chopper.
Right, and it's like this man, you without this platform, there is no that. Everybody knows the leg in the Christmas Story. You know what I mean? Everybody knows You're Killing Me Smalls. Like, they don't know that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to see some of these movies. You make friends like that, you know what I mean? Like, people are just quoting movies and video game stuff, like, we're talking about soundtracks like Midnight Club Run, Dub Run, remember that?
Yeah,
That conversation, I looked that up on Reddit. There's, like, a whole conversation about that. Like,
yeah.
you could take this man, you are in the right place at the right time doing what you're doing, I tell you.
Look,
That is it.
I greatly appreciate it, man, and I definitely need you to come back for a part two because we
Anytime.
definitely need to chop it up again.
Anything you need, I'm a friend for life, whether it be promotion, whether it just be vibing. Like you said before, we don't just run through each other's life, we stay in each other's life, right?
Exactly, exactly. And look, everybody, man, thank y'all so much for watching this episode of the Retro Pioneers podcast with me, Retro J, and Mr. Brandon King, aka Gamer Dad. Y'all definitely
Yeah.
go check out this man content because he got some banger content on his channels and profiles and stuff of that nature, man. We thank y'all so much for just vibing out with us and helping us grow as individuals and content creators. And none of this would be possible if it wasn't for y'all. So thank y'all again. Much love. And we see y'all next time on the
Be
Retro
blessed, y'all.
Pioneers podcast. Peace.